Hey, so welcome to 10 with a Friend. This is a program that we have where I introduce you to my friends. And in this morning, this occasion, it is my privilege to introduce to you my good friend, Ezekiel Nichols, Zeke Nichols, all the way from California, right?
That's right, bro. West Coast.
Uh, Yeah, West Coast, right? So, Zig, I just want to tell my friends, that I met you. I think it was in back in 2007. I remember it
Yeah.
was a summer. It was a summer of 2007. But we were at Andrews University, and I don't know. You got there first before me, or we got at the same time? Do you recall that? No.
No, you probably got at same time, or you probably got there before me.
Yeah.
Maybe a semester, but yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
wasn't there before
I
you.
and one of the things, we hit it off is because we had a softball team, right? That
Yeah,
one of our mutual friends organized, and we had a softball team, basically made of pastors.
pastors. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so there was no fighting.
We're not competitive. We're not competitive at all.
But the
Uh,
league itself was a Christian league, right?
yeah, yeah,
Remember? I remember
Mm,
we used to pray before every game.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, but we were good. All right,
We
don't forget
were,
that
we,
we were
we
good.
were,
We
we
were good.
were, and we will not allow anybody to say otherwise. Yeah, but bro, as I am chatting with you and remembering that, uh, you have a good sense of humor, man, and that's one of the things that I like about talking to you because we always laugh a lot when we talk,
We do.
don't we?
We do. We can laugh and maybe we can even yell. It's just something about between us that we just like arguing and wrestling with stuff. But we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that
And
today.
no, we're not gonna do that here. And then the wives think, oh, why are you guys fighting, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, we just click, man. We're bros. We're bros. Yeah.
Great. Talking about wife, tell my friends about your wife and your children, please.
My wife, I married her in 2001. I met her at PUC, Pacific Union College, back in 99. And so, yeah, we've been married since 2001. Don't ask me how many years is that. And we have two kids. We have a boy and a girl, Sammy, who's 14, and Chloe, who's going to turn 12, bro, in 5 days. In
Wow,
5 days.
amazing,
And she's growing, my little cachetona.
amazing. She was
She's,
born in Michigan, actually.
yeah, she was. She was
Yeah,
born in
but Sam in
Michigan.
California.
And Sammy in California. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool, cool, cool.
yeah.
Cool. So, bro, just so that people know, you are what, second generation, third generation Mexican American?
No, fourth,
No,
fifth.
or fifth, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, I must say this. Even though it's fourth, fifth, his Spanish is really good. Even though I give him a hard time about that, but his Spanish is really good.
Yeah, yeah. Poquito, poquito.
Porque, Poquito. I've never heard that one. I have these cousins of mine in New York, and they're Americans, right? And we always call ourselves primos. Hey, primo. Hey,
Primos.
prima.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. But I've never heard Poquito.
Poquito.
Hey,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
okay, let's start with your 10 minutes, okay? And Zeke, I remember that when we were at Andrews, we went on a mission trip to Guatemala. Remember that?
That was fun, bro. That was
Cruise
fun.
with cruise with a mission.
Mission.
But anyway, we went to prepare the field for the mission trip, and dude, it was a lot of hours traveling, and also, I mean, flying and then driving from. We drove from Mexico, from
Cancun.
Cancun all the way
Hmm.
to Belize, to the southern point of Belize, and then we took a boat to Guatemala.
Guatemala.
But bro, one thing is that for me, that time was so fast because we were talking so much and laughing and just having a good time, didn't we?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah. We did. We did. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. Um,
what is your take on humor, man, in ministry, in family, in life at all? Is that something that is important that you value?
oh, definitely, definitely. I think to me, it's created by God. It I even see humor in the Bible. Maybe it's not humor as in, others might not see it, but remember when Jesus healed the blind man and it took him 2 times, right? He
Yeah.
could have done it the first time, but it took Jesus 2 times. Then he asked the guy, "What do you see? What do you see?" And the guy's like, "I see men like trees." I don't know about you, bro, but I thought that was funny. I thought like, why is Jesus doing that? Why is he?
No,
you know?
the dude, do you take a class with me with Thomas Shepard? Do you take that
Yes,
class on
yes. Oh, the
Mark?
professor. Yes.
Yeah, and
Oh, yeah.
remember he, bow tie, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So he used to say that in the Gospel of Mark, Jesus was a funny man,
Yeah, yeah,
and this was in analytical uh, criticism,
yeah, yeah.
He used to say that when Jesus said, "Who touched me? Who touched me?"
Like,
He
come
said
on.
that,
Exactly. I
yeah.
remember. That's right. That's right.
He said that
Man.
was so funny, right? Like,
Yeah,
who touched me? And the
yeah.
disciples are like, "Oh, come on, Lord, really? Who touched you?" Like everybody, right?
Yeah, I
But that was a
remember now.
funny. That was a
Yes,
funny
yes.
answer. And the other one, you just remind me of Jesus, right? And the other is in the same Gospel of Mark when he goes into the house to heal the daughter of Jairus, right?
Uh-huh.
And he's like, she's sleeping, she's sleeping. And actually,
Because
everybody
wait,
started
no.
laughing like you just did, right? Because
Yeah,
again,
yeah,
the funny
yeah.
man, just saying that. That's amazing, though. Does your wife think you're funny?
Bro, uh, maybe in the beginning, but you know what I love about her is that she allows me to be me. She's the opposite of me. She's serious. She's very organized and a beautiful person. I'm the opposite. Um, and what I really love about her is that she allows me to be me. Um, Crazy, whatever, however you want to call it. Um, so that's a compliment. That's a wife that I'm very grateful for. Yeah.
Now you have an interesting perspective of ministry right now because you were pastoring churches. For how long do you do that?
17.
17 years you pastored churches, and then I'm assuming what, 3 years ago
Oh,
you
it's going to
moved
be
to
2 years ago.
2 years ago
In October. Yeah.
you moved to
But
chaplaincy.
yeah, yeah,
Excellent. So you have those two perspectives because some folks have been in chaplaincy all their life or in pastor in churches all their life, but man, the Lord has given you the privilege to do both. So let me ask you this: how has humor helped you in ministry in either case, one or the other?
Oh, bro, you went there. So for chaplaincy, you need to take CPE class, and there's a group of us, like 8 of us in the class, and and one of them is the instructor. He's the professional. He's the expert. He's the psychologist, if you want to say. And and I remember my first unit. I would go in there and what's up, whatever, right? And then the instructor, the supervisor, would look at me and goes, "I wonder what that means." Like, what? Yeah, you Zeke. Every time you're in the room, you're all did it that way. You're always and they're like, "What's his problem?" But bro, um, man, that was powerful. That was a powerful um, insight. I found out that the reason I am a happy person, especially in the beginning of an encounter, is because that's one of my defensive mechanisms. When I'm uncomfortable, I try to cool it down with laughter. I try to calm things down with laughter, and which means that I'm uncertain with myself, or I'm uncomfortable with somebody. In that particular time, I wasn't comfortable with the instructor. I was trying to figure him out, so I would use humor to figure out who he was. And then he's like, Zeke, but that's not you. We see you after humor. Then you become serious. Then you can become, Um, so yeah, I found out that with dominant people, I get like that. I try to calm down people with humor. So the humor is to bring, humor can be used for many good things, uh, for healing, um, for lifting up the spirits or whatnot. Um, but again, like I said recently, that's what I found out is to, why am I acting this way? What is it, because I'm trying to connect, or so there's a lot of self-reflecting now with chaplaincy. I have to do a lot of self-reflection. There's a lot of why am I thinking this way? Why do I say things this way? Why?
It's interesting because I was watching a video, a program on YouTube, okay? And so it's this pastor, and he goes to different denominations just to find out about that particular denomination, and he asks questions about the buildings and their doctrines and their traditions. And recently he did one with the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Oregon. And so I watched a video, and it's very interesting. But then on the comments, I was reading the comments, and this guy says, I'm not a Seventh-day Adventist, he says, but I used to work as a chaplain in a Seventh-day Adventist hospital. And he says, so I had the chance to interact with Seventh-day Adventist pastors, Seventh-day Adventist chaplains. And this guy says, and they got a tremendous sense of humor. I used to have so much fun with those guys. And boom, it caught my attention, bro, because I was like, really, that's what you remember? That is awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
I find that among pastors, Seventh-day Adventist pastors, and there are exceptions. There are always exceptions, right? The rule. But man, the majority, we just have a good sense of humor, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you
We too.
found that?
Well, we have all, like you said, exceptions and whatnot, but I think you do have to have a good sense of humor because you're dealing with people, and people is the one of the biggest parts of our ministry, and so you have to connect. And there's some people that are like us. They're all happy and julie, and there's others that we can serious. So pastors, if you have a church of 300 members, you have to connect with 300 different personalities, right? Wow. And so God has given many pastors that ability to adapt, and that can be stressful. That can be very stressful on one's mind and body. I mean, just to trying to connect.
Hey, so listen, so Zeke, because of your ministry right now, the one that you are specifically in right now, chaplaincy, um, it's very important right now during these times, during this time of quarantine, as church pastors, as church members, we interact with people that have been affected directly, by either somebody got sick. In fact, bro, I lost my auntie this past Sunday in New Jersey, and it was bad. It was a really bad situation. They found her. She, yeah, she was by herself because her daughter is in Nicaragua, so they found her in the living room. So that was really, really tough on me and my family. Um, Got my sister, my brother-in-law, and my nephew in Brazil. They tested positive for COVID-19. Again, I praise the Lord because they're recovering, but it's different when it impacts your life that close. And one of the things that we have found out, Zeke, is that we are not that well trained to deal with these situations. Like we use the classic, I will pray for you, hang in there, you're never alone. But what have you learned, man? And if you can give us some tips, on how to approach people that are suffering, that have relatives that are suffering? What are some basics, that we need to consider, please?
Okay. Um, just being there. That's just number one. Just being there. The power of presence, as we call it. The power of presence. Just being there to listen. Um, there different people react differently with the presence, but most of the people are comfortable or are appreciate just you physically, or even if you have to do it to the phone, just what, I'm important. I'm important, and so I'm going to be here, and I'm gonna walk through this situation with you together. Um, so that speaks a lot. So a phone call, just how you're doing, even if I want to hear it or I don't know what to say, just that first step, that one step is saying a lot. I'm here for you. Um, the other thing is that one can do is what we call the here and now. What are you hearing now? What are you feeling now? Um, what is the person saying to you? And again, you don't have to figure it out. And with chaplaincy, you're just basically hearing the words that they're giving it to you, and you're internalizing it, or you're seeing the feelings. When they have a high pitch, so okay, what is that high pitch? Are they nervous, or are they slow talking? What is that meaning? So you're trying to just understand what they're going through step by step. Now, many of us. Um, we have the answer already. As a pastor, we already have the answer. God is the answer, or let me pray with you. Let me just give it to you, and people know that. People know that. I can go to God, but right now I might not be feeling that way, and so you again just enjoy the moment, the here and now, um, uh, and let them walk you through their own words, and just reflect. So you're feeling this way, or I feel that you're feeling. I'm hearing. Um, why are you sharing this with me? Or what are you talking about? And just clearing up the picture, and soon the person will come to a realization of, wait, wow, I am feeling helplessness. Maybe I should ask for help. Or I am fearful. I am fearful of death. And maybe I need to figure out why I'm afraid of death. Um, so the here and now can take you to many aspects. Um, and that's just remember, it's a learning process. It's a long process of working with that, because again, especially I as a pastor, it was just easy for me. I had the solution. Matthew 6:33. Seek God first. Seek God. Or Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord. That's the answer. No, you're not at the here and now. You're at the end of the visit. You're already at the end of the conversation. You're already trying to give them the solution. Come back, walk with the person, taste the words, feel what they're feeling. And I think it's just powerful. That's a powerful tool, bro. It's a powerful tool when I use it here in the hospital.
As you're explaining that, bro, even here we made a pause, and I'm assimilating what you're saying, and I'm thinking about why we are afraid to be in the here and now, because we're afraid.
Yes.
We think it's a waste of time, and why are we thinking? And I don't know, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's because we're not thinking of the other person. We're actually thinking of myself.
Boom, boom. Yeah, yeah. So a lot of it of this with chaplaincy, and again, what I'm learning with CPE. So when I go visit, I have baggage. There's stuff that I grew up with that will affect my interaction if I'm not aware of those baggage. So remember, I shared with you that with dominant people, I hey. So if I go visit a person a church member, or I go visit a patient that has that dominant look, they give you that serious look, and so I get uncomfortable because I already have a picture of a dominant person. They're mean, or they're not nice people, and this is not going to be a nice visit. So these are all baggage that I'm carrying, and yet that person might have the heart of a teddy bear. It's just that outside they're just serious. I mean, they look serious. Um, a lot, that a lot has to do with self-reflection. Why am I feeling this way with this dominant person? Why am I taking it this way? Not because why is this person that way? Why is that person that smile? No, the person that you're looking at or visiting, you're trying to help them. So make sure you're not interfering with that. And that's something again I learned with chaplaincy.
Wow.
Understanding my baggage. Yeah.
That's powerful, man. That's powerful. I think that this that you have shared with us goes a long way because you know very well that in our professional training we don't receive information of this. I mean, you pick up this, in books you read outside, or in your case, the training that you receive for chaplaincy. And so sometimes we don't train our members to do that, right?
Right.
And so thank you, Nichols, for sharing this because I know that we all want to help. We all have the desire. The problem is that we don't know how to help.
Exactly.
We,
Yeah.
we don't
Yeah.
know how to help, and I think it's because we're always thinking ourselves, hence I have fear, since I'm concerned that I'm gonna waste my time, what are they gonna think? Instead of actually just being other centered, not
Yeah.
not
That's right.
self-centered, but other centered, which is
That's
the
right.
definition of the love of God, right?
Amen. Amen.
So yeah,
So,
bro, thank you. I really appreciate this, man. This is
yeah, man.
I know that I've gone beyond, but it's okay because I think this is relevant information. And this is what I will call present truth. It's something that we really need
Yeah,
at this house.
definitely. Definitely.
But just to finish this, you are a big baseball fan, right? And football fan. But what about basketball? No, basketball too. No,
Well, a little bit. A little bit. Yeah.
football and baseball.
Yeah.
And your
Yeah.
two teams are?
Baseball, the San Francisco Giants. Football, I can't say it. I can't say it right now. My team left me. It hurts, bro. It hurts.
Oh, the Raiders, they left, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Where did they go? LA?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Oh, I should but yeah. Okay. So you're not following them. You're not following them.
Not really. I mean, I like the quarterback. He's from the Valley in California. He's a Christian. He played in the college that I grew up in and whatnot in Fresno State. So I'm cheering for him, but yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Hey, bro. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you because
Yeah, man.
I know that it was fun, but it was also a blessing, and I know my friends are being blessed by this information that you share with us. Again, thank you very
Hopefully.
much. Okay.
Amen.